Hey, what's up YouTube? Today's going to be another real world and honest electric skateboard review, this time on the Enskate R3 Mini. And this is coming from a guy who's been riding the Meepo Mini 2 ER and just recently the Meepo V4 Shuffle, which both of them I absolutely love. Let's pop this open and see what's going on. So the packaging seems nice. It's wrapped in plastic and it says warranty's void when the seal's broken. Wow, this thing's pretty darn light. Way lighter than the Mini 2, but of course that's not going to be a perfect comparison since that is the extended range one. I'll tell you off the rip, something I really like about this board is it only has a 90 amp hour battery, so you can actually take this on an airplane with you no problem. So it's under that 100 amp hour cap. The Meepos, it's a 144 amp hour and I guess probably like a 288 in the ER over there. The rest of the stuff in here, we got some instruction, stickers, a charger. How many amps is this? A 2 amp charger. The remote, super basic compared to the Meepo remote, but they both feel around the same. So I won't judge it too hard. This isn't a comparison video against the Meepo, but again, that's just what I'm used to and what I love so far. This is some kind of rubber block, I guess, for cleaning the grip tape. And you got skate tool and a USB charger. Okay, cool. All right, first impressions. Seems like really good build quality. I like the look of that kicktail on the back. It's nice and long and super sleek design. The grip tape seems to be hanging over on the edge a little bit. Not a big deal, but everything else looks superb. Just to run through a couple specs, they advertise a 12.5 mile range, 22 mile an hour top speed, a 25% hill climb capability. Comes with a 6-month warranty, just like the Meepo does. Let's just put this Mini next to here. Wow, this thing's a tank. This has got to have 10 pounds on it. Check out this kicktail though. One thing I never liked about the Mini is how short this is. And let's see. Oh yeah, see, so I even have a pad I had to add on the back of the Mini because I hated how high this would go. Like if you stepped on it, it would just go to too high of a degree. But this is nice. I really like that. All right. Take notes, Meepo. That's a good tail. And looking at these trucks, it's got the same reverse kingpin trucks. However, I don't see a name on these at all. The Meepos, these come with shredders and some real nice heavy duty bushings. The bushings on this Enskate, little skimpier looking, but they seem to be of good quality. This guy only weighs 13 pounds, 11 ounces. I kind of like how the battery and the ESC's all in one package, so you don't have any other wires running under the deck like on the Meepo. Another video I posted, there's actually wires running right under that grip tape. You don't have any of that on the Enskate. This seems like it would be a little bit more waterproof just off the rip, kind of the way it looks. You have 3 speed modes on this, and to select them, right now it's on speed 1. You press this once. It'll just flash forward like kind of fast, and then that's your speed 2, and you press it again, and you see how that went real fast. That means you're on speed 3. So I don't like that you can't see what speed you're on by just looking down at the remote versus like the Meepo will just tell you 1, 2, 3, or 4. This only has 3 instead of 4, and I don't see a way, I'll have to look into it if I'm wrong, but I don't see any adjustable braking on this. What I do like is this little toggle switch to go into reverse. You just hit that into reverse, and now you're... There goes the Meepo remote. So you can toggle back and forth manually with this, and you can on the Meepo too, but you have to press a button twice, and sometimes I've done that by mistake and then fell. To check your battery status, press it once, you got 3 bars, 4th is flashing. No battery indicator on the board itself. There's your charging port, you just pull that little plug off. I'm gonna let this fully charge and then we'll go for an initial ride. Don't think I mentioned price. So $489 according to their website. I think it was cheaper when it first came out, but now it's a little bit more. And in comparison, I believe the Meepo 2 standard is around $399 right now. So I did want to show you, this is the factory wheel off the Mini. See how much more polyurethane there is on these factory wheels? It's almost comparable to what's on the 100mm wheels that I have on. See, here's the difference of the factory Meepos. And these were way too low profile from the factory. You see how banged up and nicked up these got? What I'm trying to say is I think the wheel design on this Enskate is a little bit more sleek. See how the Allens stick out way further on this one, and it's nice and flush on that side. So I do like to see that. It looks like it can sustain a good amount of bumps without being damaged. Does the Enskate have the push to start like the Meepo? You just start rolling and it will turn right on. Let's see. No, it doesn't. So you do have to manually power this board on. Here's the Meepo on speed 4, indicating 29 miles an hour. Of course, you got no speedometer on this guy, but here's speed 3. Oh, yeah, definitely not as fast. It doesn't sound as strong, but excellent response on this remote. She's fully charged. Let's see if these do power down automatically. So one short press to turn the board on, and then hold long press to turn the remote on. Let's see if it shuts off automatically. Came back down a couple minutes later, and yeah, they powered off on their own. Let's go for a ride. I started right off on the highest setting, and it's got quite a bit of juice off the line. I mean, this feels really nice. I really don't like that you don't have the odometer or speedometer, but you can always put Net My Ride on, which is what I just started in my phone to see what kind of range we get out of this thing. My first impression is this thing feels really nice. Oh, the brakes, woo! That brake's really nice. This thing's got a lot of power. Holy smokes. Let's try these brakes again. Oh, it's actually, so this actually brakes harder than the Meepo does on brake 4. And let's bring this down to setting 1 here. See if the brakes change. All right, so now we're on speed 1. It's really slow. When we brake, oh yeah, much easier braking on. So you can't independently set your speed and braking, but it puts it on baby brakes when you're on baby speed. So flat ground on speed setting 1, we're doing about 12 miles an hour. Speed setting 2, about 20 miles an hour. And speed setting 3, let's juice it. Not much more, about 22, just like they said. Whoops, stop sign. This thing carves really nice, super carvy. But I think I'm actually gonna tighten the trucks up a little bit, because check this out. If I go full carve on left, let's slow down here, but if I go full, oh yeah. Oh, there it goes, yeah, it locks up. There's some wheel bite there. So we can see, oh yeah. I gotta tighten those up a little bit. Go one full turn on that. And a little bit more, I think. Because the last thing you want to do is get all comfortable carving and then bite a wheel. It'll throw you right off. And the rear I didn't really have to mess with, but I'll still go a little bit. And that feels pretty good now. If I lean fully, it doesn't contact. It's a little tighter, but it still carves real nice. This thing actually soaks the bumps up pretty good too. It's a nice deck. With the short board, you can go down big slopes like that and not worry about bottoming out. Go over this grate, no problem. Handle's good going across some gravel. Not gonna go in the puddle. I always use this little pop hill to check the ground clearance, and look at that. This thing is low profile, no problem at all. That is probably one of the nicest features I've seen about this Enskate so far. It's got some serious ground clearance. I am absolutely loving this board. This thing feels incredible. Let's see if this guy looks at me over here. Put my helmet down. This motorcycle helmet looks so darn goofy. Oh my gosh. Love it. Woo! Let's go through this spot where I was with the V4 the other day. See, there's a big lip over here, but boom, it just pops right off of that curb, no problem. Absolutely love it. Woo! Right over the smushy stuff too, onto the path. So this thing has enough torque to get over quite a bit of obstacles. It might only do an advertised 22, but that's pretty decent, I tell you what. That's about as fast as you want to go on a little board like this. And you know, this thing might look small in this video because I got big feet, like size 12 or something, but it's not. This board actually feels incredible. Let's see what happens if I hit reverse while I'm going. Will it actually go in? Oh, no, it doesn't. So I was expecting it to go reverse. So you probably have to come to a complete stop. And now, all right, now it's going into reverse, which, oh, Can't really pull me on this gravel in reverse. Here it goes, here it goes. It's front wheel drive, baby. Yeah, look at it go. All right, and so if you go back to forward, if you hit the controller, even though it's in forward, it'll continue going in reverse. You hit the brakes, and then you roll forward, and you're in forward. So that's nice. So you can't mistakenly bump that when you're going and go into reverse. We got no battery percentage, but if we want to check it, we just hit this power button, and you see we have 2 bars now. All right, I'm now on a solid 1 bar, and this thing's actually starting to vibrate, which means the battery is getting low. Still on speed 3, and I'm losing power, so let me go take a quick break and I'll let you know how far we've gone so far. Keep in mind, we are ripping and we've been going off-road too, so this is gonna get nowhere near the advertised 11 miles. And let's do a temperature check. Battery is warm. Goose poop is on the board. And this heat sink, it's probably about 110. The wheels, maybe 150. The wheels, hub motors are definitely too hot to touch.
Workout pause.
And wow, we've only done 2.26 miles, but I actually didn't start this right away, so it's probably more like 2.6 or 2.7 miles. But that's not good. Hopefully we have enough juice to get back. This thing pumps really nice, and it glides as if it wasn't even an electric skateboard. 0 resistance. Not that the battery's dead, but we're gonna go do some ollies and other things. Try out this Kicktail. Actually, scratch that, quick break. We're gonna watch the CSX cross the road. With this Kicktail. A good skater could definitely. I don't think I can anymore. Oh, I think I got like a ½ inch there. That's something I could say I never even tried on the Mini 2 because of the short tail, but this thing gives you a lot of confidence. I really like this tail. I just want to get a pad for it though, because that's going to even give me earlier contact and protection on there. A board's capability to do things like that is just everything for me. All right, I can't ollie up the curb in this thing, but that might also have to do with the fact that I'm wearing these worn out Timberland boots. And I put some gouges on the aluminum, which I assume is a heat sink, but it seems sturdy enough to handle it. I think my preferred way to pick it up is gonna be like this. Let's see if this thing's got enough juice to get home. It's an ever so slight uphill on the way back. We're cruising full speed on speed 3. We are almost home. As you can see, I'm not moving very fast though. Like, it just hit this slight little incline, and I'm actually gonna have to pump up it, I think. She is still going, but the second half of this battery has been very sluggish. Of course, you could just keep it pinned and give it a little assist, and that helps you out. And here we are, this is full power. Made it to my driveway. Oh yeah. Did I mention this has regenerative braking? That it does, but didn't do me much good today. So we only got, I'm gonna say just under 4 miles since I didn't reset this right away. So, you know, that's not enough. I would love to see them put a bigger battery pack on this and make an extended range model. All right, I'm gonna plug her into the 2-amp charger, set a timer. We'll see how long that takes. I think it's set online around 2 hours. And final thoughts. Okay. Yeah, well, listen, this thing rides incredible. I like it way more than the Meepo Mini 2 as far as its ride, this Kicktail, the board shape. It's just, it rides incredible. I don't know how else to put it. You know, I think the biggest flaw on the Mini 2 is this tiny little tail on the back. It's nice that it's there, but if you step on it and you're not ready, you'll pop this thing sky high and just throw your balance off and fall off. So I could always put an extension on that, which I've thought of doing, but you know, this one's just perfect where it is. The battery is very lackluster. Like if I had to pick one of these two all day long, the ER, I can get 16, 17 miles out of this board, no problem. But I mean, I can ride it hard and get like 9 or 10 miles on speed 4, and that thing rips on speed 4. This thing was ripping in the beginning, but once we got to 50% battery power, it was lacking big time, and it barely got me home. And you saw we did under 4 miles, so that was unacceptable. However, if you're doing, you know, technical stuff, this low profile battery is really nice to have, and the fact that you can bring on the airplane, well, mean, that speaks for itself. The remote is very boring. I don't like it. The only thing I like on it is the fact that it has the manual button to go, yeah, the toggle will go to reverse. This one, so to go in reverse on the Meepo, you actually have to, you just hit it twice. I'm disconnected from the board right now. But, so I bumped that before in my pocket and like didn't know I was in reverse. But I love the digital display with the speedometer, odometer. The fact that this has an odometer is crucial. I mean, this thing, you have no way of tracking your miles unless you reset your app every time you go out. So, you know, who's going to do that? Not me. As I said in the beginning, I really like that the battery and the ESC are one piece together. Seems super sleek and water resistant, and you don't have wires running under the grip tape. If you saw the V4 video, you'll see I had to, I ripped that up and broke some wires and such. The remote battery, to check it, you press this and that shows it's green, and to charge it, it came with the USB cable. However, there's no port on the board, so if you wanted to like charge your phone off this thing, you can't. And that's one thing that the Mini 2 does have. It's got a USB, so when I plug this board into charge, I just leave my remote dangling there and keep it recharged every time. This one, you're gonna have to plug it into a charging block, which this didn't come with. All right, it's been just over an hour. We're still red on the charger, but to check the battery percentage, I'm gonna disconnect it and then turn this on. And we'll see what we're at. I'll get the remote on. So we're showing 4 bars. All right, now I'm gonna go take this for another spin, see if we can get some, what kind of miles we get out of it. I got 4.3 miles out of it till she was dead again. And that's not bad because it only charged for an hour, although it did indicate full. So I'm gonna say, yeah, this is good for a solid 4 miles of normal riding. I mean, if you put it on speed setting 1 and you were just doing like, I don't know, 5 or 8 miles an hour the whole time, maybe you would get 11 miles, but definitely not a 12-mile range out of this. No way, unless you're going down a hill the whole time, then maybe. But that last run, the 4.3, that was all flat. I didn't hit any hills at all. And I weigh 180 pounds, by the way. The one feature of this thing I think they really have to add is the push to start. So you just start your remote, throw the board down, and go, instead of having to hit the switch. I think that's a nice feature to have. And darn, I guess I could just keep rambling all day, so let's cut this off. They both have their perks, that's all there is to it. Enskate, you need to come out with an extended range R3 Mini, because if I'm to grab one of the 2 boards, it's definitely the Mini 2 ER. They both have their ups and downs though. I'm about to swap this board onto there, heck. But she's definitely a keeper and a good ride, and I absolutely love it. And that wraps it up. So I really appreciate you tuning in. If you did, consider dropping any feedback down below. I'm sorry it turned into like a Mini 2 versus the R3 Mini or whatever. But yeah, there'll definitely be some more videos on the R3 Mini because I like this board. So hope to see you again and tune in. All right, see you guys. Oh, look at this. Nice.